welcome to The Walking Dead Season 4 Episode 15 review. This is a bit late, obviously, but had no time really to do it, but now I've got time. It'll probably be only 5 minutes or so like the all are, but basically this is the penultimate episode in the season. The final episode is on tomorrow for America, Monday for England and wherever else. Basically what happens is it shows you Glenn, Maggie, Daryl and Rick, Michonne and Carl, their stories now after the episode of Tyrese and Carol and the two girls and Judith. It kind of shows you they're all on their way to Terminus, they've all kind of set the targets on that. And I think the acting's been top notch all the way through the season. I don't think you can fault it. The storylines have been a bit slow, I will be the first to admit that, but from the ending of this episode it feels like we're getting somewhere, and it feels like it's all been worth it and we are going to be in for a shocker. I've heard so many things about the ending for the season finale, about it being shocking, some potential spoilers which I'm not going to say because I don't want to spoil it for everyone, but yeah. Anyway, Glenn finds Maggie eventually. Abraham and his group decide to go to Terminus with the people, Maggie and Glenn and all that, before going to Washington. Rick, Carl and Michonne, we only see them a bit in this episode, but they're on the way to Terminus. Daryl's found a group who it turns out are actually after Rick. I don't know if people picked up on that, but he mentioned something about they were in a house and someone killed one of their guys and left him to turn, and now they're off on the way to kill him, and you find the rapper, which means they're on Rick and Carl's trail and Michonne's. So that's an interesting little clue or whatever you want to call it. And then at the end obviously they get to Terminus and are welcomed by a woman called Mary, who is cooking some meat or something and tells them all to get a plate and sit down or something. All nice and warm and all that, but you can just tell from the off it's a bad place, and the things I've heard, I think it's gonna be such a shocking end to the season. I think that it's gonna change everyone. I don't think Rick's gonna be the same after this if what I've heard's true, and I think Robert Kirkman's right. The ending of this season is going to make the wait for season 5 so much longer. But everyone's just on the way to Terminus, and so everyone's going to have to deal with whatever Terminus throws at them. And yeah, it may look all nice and that, but little clues like the fact that the barbed wire's on the inside, which is potentially keeping people in rather than the walkers out. The painting in one of the earlier episodes Michonne finds is actually looks a lot like Mary, which I didn't pick up on until I saw it on Instagram or Tumblr, one of them. But yeah, I really liked this episode. It was very, very good and interesting, and it sets you up for what I think is going to be one of the best episodes, if not the best episode so far, because I just think it's got so much going into it. It's got a lot of potential upset and surprises and shockers that I think we're in for one hell of a roller coaster ride. So yeah, this episode really, really good. I cannot wait for the end of season 4, but at the same time I don't want it to end because it's October before it comes back, I think, or November, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, so that's not really a review, really, it's more of a thoughts and opinions this week, but that's best I could come up with. I mean, I'm just ready to go for the season finale. I just cannot wait at all. I might just go through some things now of what my thoughts are of what's going to happen. These aren't anything I've heard, these are just my opinions and thoughts that will or may happen. I think Daryl or Glenn's gonna die. I think probably more than one's gonna die. I think something's gonna happen to Carl because I think Rick is. I've heard that Rick's gonna be put to the test a lot in this episode, and I don't think it's going to be all to do with him. A lot of people might think his arm's going to get cut off like it does in the comics, but I think it's going to be something mentally that like affects him. Like if somebody hurt Carl, it would affect him a lot because Carl's all he has. Well, that's all he thinks he has. So he doesn't know Judy's still alive. And I think that it's just there's going to be. I don't think one person's going to die. I think there's going to be two or three maybe, and I think everyone's going to be affected by whatever happens at Terminus. I don't think Terminus is a good place at all. I don't think anyone thinks it's good. I mean, if you think it's good, then what are you looking at? Like, I don't understand why they go to Terminus anyway after what Woodbury looked amazing, looked all nice and cosy and that, but it turned out it was full of nutters who would kill you for anything. Terminus, they don't know anything about it, and yet they do make the same mistake of going there again. So yeah, that's probably the only bad point I can think about at the moment. But yeah, anyway, like and subscribe, and next video you see should be the finale review. I will do a films I've watched recently. It won't be this week because it'll be over 2 or 3 weeks because I've watched a lot of films, so that should be coming out in the next few days. And I might do something game related, like my game collection or something like that, if I can find the time. But yeah, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.